here. We're recording. We are live, and Elliot's got a pizza commercial on his TV. Love it. All right, and we're streaming, and we are live and in charge. The sports nerds are here, gentlemen. How we doing this week?
Going good.
Living the dream.
I trust everybody had a good week. Oh, Elliot probably didn't because he's still hurting. I can tell by the neck thing around the thing around his neck.
And this ain't even the real one. This is just the travel pillow.
Just a travel pillow, right? All right. And we're streaming on Facebook as well. And I actually added YouTube to the stream, so let's see what happens with that one after the show. I'm not on YouTube, but we'll see what happens with it on my YouTube channel too.
YouTube.
So let me make this public. Where is it here? There it is. Public.
Ooh.
Share, and we are good. So there is one great big story that's been dominating the news. We touched base on it last weekend, and that is the baseball scandal. Included that is
Who?
the baseball scandal with the Houston Astros.
Can you guys hear him?
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me now? You can't hear.
I heard you now.
There you go.
You keep going in and out. All right. There you go.
Get your audio fixed, Elliot. And now you're echoing.
Anything wrong with my audio? You can hear me?
And now you're echoing too. So
We are professionals.
yes, we are professionals, right? Anyway,
And what we still haven't figured out.
exactly.
Professionals at talking shit.
That too.
Yeah, there you go.
So, hey Armando, hey Jen, how you doing, baby? Good to see you.
Wait a minute. One flashback. 2 weeks ago, Super Bowl 54.
What about it?
I think Damian Williams got robbed of the MVP.
You do.
It's just my opinion.
I agree with that.
I do too. I don't think Mahomes played a good enough game for the first three
They
quarters.
gave it to Mahomes because he's a quarterback and they want to make him the face of the NFL.
Exactly.
That's all.
Yeah, and I think you're right on
But
that.
Damian Williams is the one that fucking stuck the dagger in these guys.
Yes. Yeah, and Mahomes' play the first three quarters didn't warrant him getting the MVP anyway.
No, he wasn't. He was not MVP material in the first three quarters.
No, he wasn't.
And because San Francisco decided to stop running, he became an MVP in the fourth.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the next story.
Yeah, well, my issue is that Mr. Manfred, who in my opinion, is the worst commissioner in professional sports. Baseball.
And Gary Bettman says, "Hold my beer."
Well, Bettman has his issues too, yes. But Manfred actually came back and says he didn't strip the Astros of the title because the idea of asking for a piece of metal back seems like a futile idea.
It's not a piece of metal. It's a fucking principle, dude.
It's
You fucking jackweed.
Yeah, I mean, basically,
Jackweed. I like it.
Yeah,
I'm writing that one down.
Get your bingo cards out, folks. Elliot just said jackweed.
John's writing it down too.
I'm writing it down. I gotta use that. I gotta use that for future.
No, I mean reducing the World Series trophy to a piece of metal. It's basically what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's just oh God, this guy.
And he's saying it's okay to cheat.
Yeah, because he didn't. You know, he said punishing the players wasn't going to be effective and to be detrimental. And he can tell the players.
Bullshit.
And I can tell
it set an example.
Well, not only that, but he also said that he can that why he wouldn't punish players because the way that they've been talking about it in the press, how their faces look, their mannerisms, how sorry they are, and how genuinely apologetic they are. Mm-hmm. You know what? Mm-hmm. That's a bunch of bullcrap.
He's a fucking pussy. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't want the backlash of what he's supposed to be doing.
Now, if this was
there's 53 dudes sitting in our Senate here in the United States that are just like that motherfucker.
Yep.
Too scared to stand up, ain't got no balls to do it with.
Pretty much. I mean, he's bowing to the owners. He's bowing to just not trying to get this behind him as quickly as possible. And he also put out a warning today that anybody who tries to who throws at the Houston team members he's not going to tolerate it. Well, you know what? Guess what? It's still gonna fucking happen.
So wait a minute. You tell me if a guy accidentally throws at a Houston, he's gonna get suspended.
I don't know. He didn't go into that kind of detail.
You know what? That's going out on a limb.
Yeah.
Okay. Baseball needs a new commissioner.
Can I say something about this whole baseball situation?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Here's the thing, man. I know you guys don't give a rat's behind about Premier League, but something similar, kind of, sort of, happened in the Premier League this past week with Manchester City. They got a ban.
2-year ban from the Premier League.
They got a ban, man. Why doesn't someone do you think that could ever happen in Major League Baseball?
Well, you're gonna send the Astros down to the minors?
No, just ban them
From playoff
they
contention?
can't play.
Yeah, from playoff contention. No matter what they do during the season, they can't. Like they do to college teams. They strip their rights to go to any bowl game. You know what I'm saying?
They're very, very relaxed about the whole thing.
I agree.
Yeah, and then they turn
the
around
Astros are.
Yeah, I agree.
And then they turn around and saying, well, besides the cheating, we didn't need it. We still won because we were supposed to.
Well,
right.
Like, you know what, motherfuckers? You better back the fuck off. And I know y'all trying to protect Altuve, but he's a fucking little scoundrel his fucking self.
Of course he is.
Okay? They're over here trying to say Altuve didn't have nothing to do with it. Neither did J.J. Redick. J.J. Redick used to be a fucking Red Sox, okay? That motherfucker ain't got no scruples.
Ha.
And Altuve, he's one of those Puerto Ricans that, you know, you just want to beat up all the time.
Says the resident Puerto Rican in the house.
Says the resident Puerto Rican, right? Yeah. we got to make that clear.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
You know.
He's going after his own race, folks.
I hold no biases. Okay.
Exactly. He's going after his own people here, folks. We're just saying it's not.
You can be my mother, and if you did it wrong, I'm gonna let you know.
I love it.
So here's a rant I got.
All right, ranting.
A 2-time victim of highway robbery, Mr. Aaron Gordon.
Agreed.
Did you guys see that competition?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how you dunk over 7'5" and get a 47.
Yeah. Well, then it comes out later that the judges actually wanted to give him a 48 to tie the other guy. But they couldn't get the math right.
But you know who the blame was?
Hey, Katie.
Yo.
Dwayne Wade.
Yes.
Because he should have fucking known better. As a basketball player, you don't give a basketball player, when you've been a fucking basketball player all your life, you don't give them a fucking 9 for a fucking dunk like that. I can understand Chadwick Boseman and whoever the fuck was on the end, Scottie Pippen.
Wakanda
Scottie
forever.
Pippen be hating, man. But anyway, if Wade would have done his shit and Pippen would have done his shit, he couldn't do it because, you know, he's from Chicago and whatnot. And he needed to bow down to Wade because he's from Chicago. And because Jones is from Miami, Wade had to weigh down. He had to put his finger on the scale. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And what the hell was Wade? What was Wade wearing last night?
Dude, he got robbed last night. He got robbed against Zach LaVine, 3 or 4 years ago?
Yep.
Okay. When he did that fucking sitting down dunk cradle under the legs. Dude, he's never had anything but a 50 in his fucking competitions.
Yeah.
All his dunks have incurred a 50. And the guy hasn't won one.
Yep.
Whoa.
He was on the conference last night going, who set this up? Because I'm done. I ain't doing this again. Y'all don't deserve me.
Yeah, and don't blame him because he got robbed twice. And he's just finally saying, okay, I'm done. I'm not coming back. I'm not doing it again.
He's not coming back, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all, dude.
I can't say I blame him either.
Dude, he jumped over a taco. 7 foot.
A 7-foot taco.
Shit. Taco Bell ain't got nothing on that motherfucker.
Yes.
But yeah, I thought it was wrong, man. I just thought it was wrong. It was tainted. They should have just gave them both the trophy and said, "You guys are both the best." You know what I'm saying? But Jones didn't have perfect scores the whole night.
No, he didn't.
Only one that could claim that is Aaron Gordon, but he can also claim he lost twice, even though he had perfect scores. Ain't that a bunch of shit?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but
I lost. I didn't care about Bozeman because he's Wakanda and he doesn't know. They don't know much about basketball over there.
Yeah, and did you see the facial? Like it was a running Twitter thing yesterday. Like they're like, it was a meme and mem, right? And they're like, he's sick of this. Like he's just his facial expressions when he had to do that Wakanda thing. He was just like, oh yeah. Like it was just poor guy, man. He's typecasted into that role forever. He will forever be Black Panther, man. That's it. It's like Luke Skywalker and Mark Hamill. He's done. He's over.
Actually, I saw him the other day in that movie 21 Bridges. He was pretty good in that movie.
Yeah, I heard it was a good movie. I haven't seen it, but I heard it was good.
But yeah, you'll be stuck with the Black Panther.
Yeah, he's Black Panther typecast forever, man.
Yeah,
like he's going to be 80 years old, and some 70-year-old's going to go, hey, Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever, dude. Hang on, man. I can't get that other arm up.
Yeah, man, it's going to be great. Hey, back to baseball for a second, if we can. One of the greatest Jays in history passed away yesterday, man. The memories I have of this guy when I was growing up is I always I knew it was like Tony Fernandez had this like something with his I think it was his
liver. Was it Tony Fernandez?
Tony Fernandez passed away yesterday.
Okay,
man.
I hadn't heard the news on that.
Yeah, and
dude,
I knew he had issues, but like just the memories of that guy at shortstop. I think David Wells tweeted out. He said it best. He's like, knowing that guy was behind me, like it made my job so much easier.
Yep, another David Wells.
What did he die of?
He had a brain stroke, like last week or something, and he was in. They took him off life support.
He had an aneurysm.
Something like that, but it was something to do. He had really bad liver or something, like he had liver disease or something like that, and it kind of like screwed with him, man.
Too bad, man. Yeah, he was phenomenal.
Yeah, ball player.
Phenomenal hitter, phenomenal shortstop.
Yeah, 288 average career, and the guy was just 4 Golden Gloves. Like he was just so like. And here's a fun fact that I saw on Twitter last night. He got hurt, right, while he was with the Yankees, and they brought someone up to replace him when he was hurt. Who was it?
Was it Jeter?
It was Jeter. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
I learned that last night.
One of the guys I follow.
Because he was the starting shortstop for the Yankees.
Yeah.
Going into that spring training.
Yeah, he was. And one of the pundits I follow on Twitter, I forget who it was, said compared him to be almost on the same level as Ozzie Smith.
Oh, he was a magician at shortstop for sure.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh my dude, it was like, and this is it's funny. It's like he became in Jay's history. He was the equivalent of the DeMar DeRozan getting traded to San Antonio to get Kawhi.
Yeah.
We traded for Alomar.
Yeah.
We traded Tony for Alomar, and that was like we got that 92 World Series, but then we brought him back in 93, and he had that big 5 RBI against Philly, man. Dude, see, again, I went to a lot of Jays games around that time,
right.
You know, and I saw this guy play day in and day out, and it was just like we used to do that when we play ball. Like it was never, like we do Alomar, but it was always Fernandez, and we'd like we'd pretend we were him, going down, getting the ball, and doing that little flick he would do. Anyways, it sucks.
Did you spit on the umpires?
That was an Alomar thing. Yeah, no,
he did that with Baltimore, by the way. He didn't do it with Cleveland. He did it with Baltimore. Just going to say, okay?
In Toronto, too. So.
Yes.
Cheers, Robbie. We love you, brother. Legend.
I just want to say he didn't spit on any umpires when he was wearing an Indians outfit. I'm just saying.
Baltimore was in the playoffs that year?
I don't remember. It's been so long since Baltimore's been in the playoffs. Who knows?
Yeah.
Wasn't Earl Weaver like the last manager?
Maybe. Maybe.
How about
Yeah,
the
man.
tributes to Kobe this weekend?
The MVP trophy has been named after Kobe Bryant.
That's the ultimate tribute right there.
Yes.
Getting the
Yes.
trophy. And that's I think they said that's the only trophy that didn't have a person tagged or attached, a player's name or celebrity's name attached to the trophy.
Well, he
Like-
won 5 MVPs in the All-Star game in his career. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's only fitting he get that.
Oh, absolutely.
It's only fitting.
Absolutely. I don't think there was a harder competitor overall, to be honest with you, because I mean he did it in all aspects.
Right.
And I know LeBron's great, and Michael Jordan was great, but Kobe had his own way.
Kobe was angry when he
Yeah,
and
played.
that's why that's why he was Mamba.
That's why he was Mamba, man.
He was a pissing, hissing snake, yo.
Yes, he
Come on now.
was.
Yep.
Yes, he was.
And that's the way he treated you on the basketball court. He'd wrap you up and then squeeze the shit out of you.
You know, it's funny. As much as I love the NBA, the one thing I have never really cared about is All-Star Weekend at all. Like, I have no interest in it. It's weird, and I love ball.
I think it's just gotten too. They bring too many things in. Now it's like the international game between 5'2" and 6 foot.
Yeah.
You know, they're breaking it down into so many different things that there's such a thing as overdoing something.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that they've cut the dunk competition down to 4 guys
Yes.
because them fucking things used to take forever.
Yeah.
When it was
Too many
like
rounds.
8 guys and they had like the point structures were different. They didn't get through the rounds as fast.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The 3-point competition, that was Buddy Hield. That was clutch.
Yeah, it was.
He
Last
needed to
ball,
make
money
4
ball.
of those 5 balls, and well, that was his money rack.
Yeah.
He had all money balls on that last rack, and he needed to make 4 out of 5. And then he made the first 3, and then that 4th one
The
missed.
4th one bounced. Yeah. Hi, Eliana. Welcome.
Hi, Eliana. Welcome to the show.
And then he hits the damn thing. That was sweet. No way he could get robbed on that play.
No. No.
I missed the skills competition.
Well, I haven't watched any of it. I just, I caught SportsCenter this morning and saw what happened during the dunk contest and the 3-point contest. And it's like, this guy got robbed. He just got robbed.
History will be made tonight
Oh yeah. In what regard?
in the regard that whoever wins the MVP will be the first recipient of the Kobe.
First
Bryant.
recipient of the Kobe Bryant.
The Kobe. Yeah. The Kobe. Yeah.
Let's go, Pascal.
Why not, right?
Right. Why not? Yeah.
I don't have a
Jack
dog.
Holes and no, it was Jack Weed. Jack Weed.
Jack Weed, man.
Weed. I got it written down. Jack Weed.
Weed. Jack Weed.
Jack Weed.
He's a fucking
It's exciting.
Jack Weed.
It's exciting. Yeah, I could care less about All-Star games across the board. I don't watch them at all. Never really have. Couldn't
Well,
even,
football's a farce.
yeah,
Okay, as far
football's
as
a
the
joke,
All-Star
especially
game.
when they have it. But they can't really do it in the middle of the season, so
Baseball is okay.
because they're
I'm
playing for
glad they
something.
got rid of the freaking home field advantage for the winner of the All-Star game. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, that was just it left too much open to chance where you could get some scrubby team that fucks it up for you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's just bullshit, is what I'm saying. Some guy from a scrub-ass team helps your team win home field advantage at the World Series. To me, that's just bullshit.
Yeah. I mean,
So they got it back to basic.
Yeah, the home team should be whoever's got the better record of the 2 teams going into the World Series. It's that simple. That's what it should be.
The most embarrassing moment I think of All-Star history was the 11-11 tie, and when they couldn't decide what to do, they ran out of pitchers. That was a few years way back.
That was a long time ago. Yeah, I remember that, but it was a long time ago.
They ran out of pitchers. They didn't know what to do. 11 innings, dude, and they just stopped it. They said, we can't do this no more. Game ended in a tie. It's like, how you going to ask people that play different positions to try to pitch, when they ain't getting nothing out of this, nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then if somebody fucks themselves up, they got to go explain to their team, hey, you still gonna pay me these multi-million-dollars, but I'm out for the rest of the season.
Because I'm a center fielder and I had to go pitch in the All-Star game.
You've had guys that have missed seasons because in the offseason they went and fucked themselves up. Me, I'm making millions. I'm putting a bubble around myself, motherfuckers. Don't come near me.
Yeah, man. What else going on?
You know,
For anybody that cares, the Daytona 500 will run tomorrow.
No one cares.
No one
especially
cares.
because the Grand
I
Marshal
attempted
is
to watch
major
it today.
asshole.
Yeah, the
The
Grand Marshal.
is the major asshole who deserves to get run over by the pace car. Okay? I swear they should make him run away from the pace car. That would be it.
While we are on that was the coolest part. Was the presidential limousine
Actually did a lap around the track. On the apron, mind you. On the apron, mind you.
Right. But the president took the cars around for the first lap.
God, what a friggin' shit show that was. I'm sorry, it really was.
That
But
was
of course-
all he does it. And you
But
know
you know
what? All
what?
he does it is for applause.
Well, not only that, but he was among his people too today in Daytona.
Yeah, but he don't know shit about nothing, dude.
Yeah, I know.
He don't know shit about nothing. Like he's been in some of his things, he's been talking about stuff that never ever fucking happened in the history of the world, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Because he said it happened, it's supposed to be true.
Let's not get into it, shall we, please?
No, I'm just saying.
I know.
Fuck NASCAR, and I got an even bigger reason to say that now.
This is what I'd say. Just like Katie said, spoiler alert, they turn left. That's what if you want me to watch NASCAR, turn right. That's what I would like.
They do that. They do that a couple of races a year, but not
turn right.
Yeah.
Turn right when they're in the middle of going around it. That'd be fun.
Let's take the wheel for a little while.
It's the dumbest sport in history, man. It's like I talked about this last week, where it's just like it's 50-pound jockeys on top of a horse, but the jockey is such a talent. It's the horse doing all the work. Same with driving. I don't care how hot it is in the damn car. It's stupid sport. Shouldn't even be on television. There, thanks. Hey, dude, F1, IndyCar, cool. That's a whole lot of.
Yeah,
dude, I'll watch that. But NASCAR, like, dude, come on. For 500 laps. Are you kidding
miles.
me?
Well, 200 laps.
When you're leaving, you're walking to the park. Hey, when you're leaving, you're walking to the parking lot like this.
Yeah, man. Look what I did for 5 hours. I watched cars go around like this and like this. Like,
yeah. And then when they're leading you out of the parking lot, say, turn right.
Figure 8 would be ideal. Armando, I love it. And then have them, like, that doesn't go over. The figure 8, like, runs over the track. So they have to time it to get through. That'd be awesome.
Kudos to NASCAR for giving me less reason to watch their fucking sport.
Yeah. I never watched it, but.
Congratulations to J.J. Watt, who got married yesterday.
JJ, did he get injured during the ceremony?
I don't know. He may have.
Yeah, the first dance, he broke his foot.
No injuries to report?
Too funny. He married a professional soccer player. Female, of course, but yeah.
Isn't
Ertz got married a couple of weeks ago too?
Isn't Zach Ertz married to a soccer player too?
He is, yes.
Yes.
Yes, a member of the U.S. national team, in fact, yes.
She's fine as hell.
He is almost a better athlete than he is.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure she is.
Yeah.
I mean,
like
they
Cheryl
have
Miller was better than
commercials
Reggie.
together.
Yeah, they did commercials together, and there were pictures of her going to his games and him going to her matches, and they would just back and forth. They were like the cutest couple ever.
It's like Cheryl Miller was better than Reggie.
Cheryl, nice shot, Cheryl. Remember that commercial? Remember the Spike Lee when he said, "Nice shot, Cheryl."
They used to do that. They used to do that or they probably still do at the Arizona Wildcat games in Arizona. When a guy would miss the first free throw, they'd be like, "Nice shot, buddy!" The whole fucking.
Can I talk hockey yet or no?
Yes, let's do it. Can we talk about the 10-game win streak for the Tampa Bay Lightning? Thank you very much.
No.
Hey, can we talk about did that 14-game winning streak end at any point in time for Toronto? By the way,
15. They won 15 in a
row.
They
went to 15. They lost to Brook. I think they lost to the Nets this week.
They lost to the Nets.
That's the way it happened, though.
Dude, it's 15 games, man. I mean,
you have a hiccup against the worst of the teams. That's just you have a letdown.
Brooklyn's not the worst. See, the Nets aren't exactly in that category.
Brooklyn is not a bad team.
No, I
think Kyrie Irving is a bad teammate, but he wasn't even playing. But I like Spencer Dinwiddie. I think he's good. I love what he did with his contract. I don't know if you guys know what he did.
I honestly believe that the whole Irving Durant thing is going to be a blow up in Brooklyn's face.
It is going to be an absolute cluster. It's going to be hilarious, and it can't happen to a better franchise.
It's going to be a shit show.
Yeah.
And you know what? I would rather deal with the Knicks shit show than deal with that shit show.
Because at least I know the Knicks can have poop shows and still be the Knicks. Like Brooklyn could be irrelevant in 3 seasons.
I mean, the Knicks are expected to have.
You still play hockey in Florida, Katie? Yes, they do. Whether you want to believe it or not, we do still play hockey down here in Florida.
Tampa has support because it's mostly Canadians down there going to the games anyway. So all the snowbirds.
True, that makes sense.
There's no one
of all 3 sports teams in town. I go figure.
There's no one going to games in Miami. No. The Panthers have I think it's 5,000 average attendance or something.
Yeah, the Panthers have no.
That's more than the Marlins.
Yeah.
Right?
There you go, man. It's but meanwhile, you can't get Seattle's getting a team. I think they're going to be called the Kraken, which is awesome. I don't care what you say.
Seattle Kraken? How cool is that?
That is cool as shit, right?
Yes.
The Seattle Kraken. I love it, man.
All we need now is the Supersonics come back to the NBA. We need to bring the Supersonics back.
Yeah, but there's also I think Quebec City needs its hockey team back, and I've always said this.
The Nordiques?
The Nordiques were this. They were amazing, dude. That was like the team because they were always anti-Montreal. Sorry, Armando, my bad. And I love cheering for. There you go. See, yeah, look at that, beautiful. Still my favorite logo ever. Like that's just the greatest.
Hey, Julie.
Yeah, big shout out to leading the National Hockey League in points with another 4 points, 1 goal, and 3 assists today. Mr. Leon Draisaitl from Cologne, Germany. The Germans are coming to invade the NHL, and he's my favorite player, man. I absolutely love watching this kid play. Back-to-back wins this weekend. Oilers top of the
He's invading some shit. I never heard of it, so.
I know.
That's
okay.
an undercut of invasion right there.
Google Leon Draisaitl, man. You just.
Well, we know Connor McDavid is not going to win any scoring titles this year.
No, he's about 13 or 14 points behind Leon right now, and he's out for
by the time he gets back.
Yeah, but the thing was, I was reading a lot of articles this weekend. They're like, everybody always put an asterisk beside Leon because he played with Connor, and Connor set him up, and Leon couldn't do this. And look what Leon's done. He's got 13 points in the past 4 games. I mean, he's a beast. He's an absolute beast.
He's picking up the slack, dude. That's what he's doing. He's
freaking amazing. He's like, I told my kid, I had lunch with my kid today. I said, I told you when he drafted him, Leon is going to be the freaking greatest. I'm a Leon Draisaitl fan. Thank you for listening. That's all I had about hockey because I don't care about anything else.
10-game winning streak. Andrei Vasilevsky has a 20-game streak of no losses.
Hey, how's that President's Cup from last year? How's that working out?
Not working out very well, but I appreciate that though.
I did turn on watching Penguin game a little bit today. I watched Hornquist get a hat trick, and then I turned it off because it was 5-1 in the middle of the second period.
Yeah, against Detroit, right?
Yeah, they were playing Detroit, and Detroit's the worst team in the league.
They're horrible. It's so funny how good.
It's so sad to see how far Detroit has fallen. It really is. I mean, because they were a juggernaut for so many years, and they had that had that straight, the consecutive year streak going in the playoffs.
As soon as Lindstrom retired, the franchise went to hell. Like
Yep.
you saw it. Like
it was that, and that's exactly what it was too.
They're getting no tears from us fans in New York.
Yeah.
Or
There's
any
tears for
fans
us
in
here
Tampa,
either.
because the Tampa fans hated Detroit too. So it's all good, There's a certain someone in Tennessee not feeling too good about it, but we don't care about him anymore. But that's all right.
Who's that?
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, Detroit is just terrible. It's a shame to see, and they got their superstar back after he was down here in Tampa, to run that franchise. He's got a long haul to go before he gets it back to where they need to be.
Who, Eiserman?
Yes. Because Eiserman's GM in Tampa.
Don't feel sorry for Detroit. I'll give Detroit this. They got diehard fans.
Yes, okay? They do.
They will ride or die with that team, and they'll go through the pain and suffering just like Oiler fans do and Leaf fans.
Oh, and
do.
just like they do for the Lions and the Pistons too. They do the same thing. Yeah. The Tigers. I mean, it's the same way.
Poor Detroit.
And they have an unlimited supply of octopus.
Exactly.
Octopus, yeah, of course. Because when you think, this is what's so funny about that whole situation. When you think
all their teams are awful right now.
Lake St. Clair.
Yeah.
That's what I think of. The Detroit River. That's what I think of octopus. Like, where did they, there's actually a funny story about why that came to be, but it's just, yeah.
I remember the good luck charm back in the day for the Philadelphia Flyers. Miss Kate Smith, racist.
Yep.
They used to invite her to all the critical games for the frickin' Flyers. And the fucking thing is that they always won those games. They never lost a game where that bitch sang the freaking national anthem.
Kate Smith.
I mean, even the Islanders. Remember, Islanders were down to Pittsburgh to Philadelphia that season, I think. They were down 0-3. And then they came back and tied the series 3-3. And then the announcement that Kate Smith was going to be at Game 7, I was like, fuck that old fat bitch. And we lost 4-1.
It's exciting. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, the lady's name at Watt Mary.
Dude, I was big into hockey back in the day.
Kalia Ohai is her name. I think it's spelled Kealia. Kalia Ohai, Ohai. She's with the Chicago Red Stars. So they got married yesterday. And as
XFL, people. XFL.
Huh?
How we doing with XFL? Where we at with
I'm
XFL?
still in.
I'm in. I
totally
watched
in.
my first game. After one
I'll be back.
quarter, I said, I am
No, John, come on, man.
Hey, that's the best way to get rid of John.
Come on, John.
Or baseball.
Talk too much baseball or XFL.
Okay, John.
Start talking WWE. How's that?
No, it's not and say we did, all right?
No, in all seriousness, though, XFL.
It's not.
It's only a 2-month proposition.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like the league is trying to take over the NFL.
Right.
They're trying to bridge a gap.
Correct.
Between the draft and the Super Bowl.
Yes.
which is
nothing.
And I was reading some stuff. I spent probably a good hour reading.
You're researching?
Going through all the rosters and everything. They actually have a team called Team 9. And it is kind of it's a team that they just have people practice that is a pool for all the teams that they can use to have players ready in case somebody gets hurt.
That's not a bad idea.
I thought that was great.
Yeah. Yeah, the XFL again, Grant, this league is not going to be the NFL. It probably
hell no.
Okay,
it to be
but you know what? Like Eliot said, they're bridging a gap between the Super Bowl and the night of the draft. It's football. It's not terrible football. I mean, it's not like the old XFL or the AAF last year. It doesn't really suck as bad as
they
those.
make it interactive for the fans too. Like when they do instant replay.
They're giving on-field interviews during the game on the sidelines with both coaches and players.
How about instant replay?
They got instant replay live. They got a camera in the instant replay booth where they're reviewing the play on the field.
And you're watching the person reviewing the play.
Exactly. It's very interesting to watch. The gameplay is actually secondary compared to what they're doing with the broadcast.
Look, if they played football, they wouldn't succeed.
Correct.
They have to have some kind of variations. And look, even the NFL is questioning the possibility of that kickoff.
The kickoff is very interesting. It's drawing a lot of conversation about how the NFL should adopt that kickoff.
Yeah. I mean, because you won't get as many touchbacks anymore because it seems like nowadays a kickoff is just a touchback. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This
way you can get the kickoffs to happen instead of somebody waving it off or kneeling in the end zone, you know. Come on, man. That's not – then why the fuck have the kickers and shit? You know what I'm saying?
Armando brings up a good point. I like the old WLAF too back in the day in the 80s and 90s. That was a good experiment in the European League. But XFL is, I mean, it gives these guys a chance to spotlight their talent and may possibly get a phone call from an NFL team to try and join a roster.
I mean, look at Cardell Jones.
Yes.
That boy's playing like right now I think he's the league MVP.
Right.
Okay.
Well, that quarterback from Houston's pretty good too. The quarterback from Walker is
quarterback from Houston's bad.
Yeah, Deshaun 2.0.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, man, I just wonder why a guy like Cardell Jones, but this could help him get onto an NFL roster.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, considering the fact that he hasn't lost a game since he's been in high school.
That's true.
I know a team that's going to need a backup.
Buffalo?
No. Has Buffalo ties, though. Well, Cardell Jones does have Buffalo ties.
Right.
Bottom line is Cardell Jones.
Los Angeles Chargers, man, because Phillip is no more.
Mm-hmm.
See how I transitioned to get away from the god-awful XFL and the NFL? Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome, listeners and viewers.
I'll transition back to the XFL.
Oh, my gosh.
No, John, you're right. That was the big story of the week for NFL. Is that it's officially Phillip Rivers has left the Chargers. He's not going to be back next year.
Tyrod is probably going to be the starter.
Tyrod Taylor is going to be the starter in Los Angeles for the Chargers. I almost said San Diego. Wasn't going to do it. But
love me some Tyrod.
Unless they draft him and take up.
What does Phillip Rivers do now?
Hmm?
He's moving to South Florida.
So he's probably going to go sign with like a Miami or something.
Or Tampa. Tampa's an option as well.
Yeah.
Because what do we do with Jameis Winston, even though he had LASIK surgery this past week to try and improve his eyesight?
It actually trended on Twitter this week.
Yeah, it did. That Jameis Winston getting LASIK surgery actually trended on Twitter. It was hilarious.
Depressing.
They sent Rivers back to San Diego.
So Miami is an option. If who knows? They're still going to may still have Fitz. Who knows? But you just
dude, hang him up, man.
He's 38 years old.
Hang him up, bro. Like
he's got 9 kids.
Got 25 kids.
Yeah,
just hang it up, man. Like you're good.
And he can barely get the ball out of his hands.
I don't know how he survived the NFL with that throwing motion of his, man. It's almost
sidewinder
like a sidearm.
No, and then he's got no mobility, to be honest with you.
No, he doesn't. No, and he's had more bad games the last couple of years than he's had good games.
Speaking of zero mobility,
I think receivers have helped him out a lot.
Yeah.
He's had a couple of guys, like Antonio Gates kind of there as a safety net valve for him,
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what do you think of the rumors that Las Vegas, not Oakland, is Tom Brady, 2 years, $30 million?
2 years, $30 million. I don't know.
Play in Vegas?
No.
Play in Vegas.
Yeah. The Raiders want to give.
I have to go on this again. Tom Brady will not go anywhere.
But wait a second. Wouldn't you want to put Tom Brady as far away from Pittsburgh and Miami and everybody else that fucking hates the fucking Patriots guts? Send them over to the West, let them deal with them out there.
The sports media has nothing else to talk about
Correct.
right now.
They have blown this up so much and so out of proportion. He's got a couple weeks left before he has to make a decision what he's going to do. He's going to go back or he's going to be a free agent.
Well, in all fairness,
and that is final.
Just to play devil's advocate, after 16 years, you think a lot of people would be shocked that he's leaving San Diego. Okay, Phillip Rivers, Brady to the Patriots, to the
Raiders.
To the Chargers wouldn't be a bad idea. To the Raiders.
Will not go
going
anywhere.
into Vegas, yo. Come on, man. They need that name.
I say this now because I've said it his whole entire career. Tom Brady would not succeed outside of the New England system.
Agreed.
Correct.
Tom Brady would not be as successful had he not been under Bill Belichick.
Wouldn't it be nice to find out?
No, I don't care.
We're never gonna
I don't
find
care.
that out.
I hope he retires, or I hope he goes and signs with the team and breaks his leg the first snap of the season.
Yes.
That's what I hope. Just, dude, it's done. Just finish. It's finished. Move on. Go sit with Giselle and color books.
What's Belichick gonna do?
Kiss your son, whatever you do, whatever you want to do.
Belichick's is going to coach until he can no longer stand up and walk down on the sidelines. Because he loves coaching too much.
And he'll still do it then.
Yeah. Brady would not succeed outside of New England, period. He's not going anywhere. And I think Brady knows that if he goes to a different system, he would not succeed.
How about if Brady went to Miami?
No. He's not going to go to especially he's not going to an in-division rival. It's not going to happen there.
Especially when it's a coach that came from New England.
Right?
Put Tom Brady down there with Brian Fuentes. I don't know, man. It's going to be an interesting offseason. But like I said, the whole XFL thing, see, I got it back to XFL.
John's rolling his eyes.
It's just a 2-month gap filler. This ain't no NFL takeover. This ain't no other bullshit.
And they're not trying to compete with the NFL. They're just trying to be. They're trying to be.
But you know what? They're putting up good ideas that the NFL could use.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I wish it does work. I hope they get a big following, because I really hate that gap between the Super Bowl and the draft. Because the season really starts after the draft.
Yes.
Okay, that's when all the buzz starts. When all the new draftees coming in, and people moving around after the draft.
Rookies have to report before the veterans have to report and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just to have it there, and as long as they deliver a decent product, I'm good.
But I did notice one thing: all the uniforms are terrible. They're all pretty boring.
I don't know. I think the helmets are pretty good.
They're just starting out. I like the dragon helmet from Seattle.
I haven't seen the dragons yet, but
the Tampa team is a bright neon green, kind of like Oregon. That's how bad it is. The Tampa team's a bright neon green, like the Oregon Ducks, like Oregon is. And sometimes Seattle, when they play in their color rush in the neon green, it's just ugly, god awful ugly.
Yeah, the New York Guardians are gray and black, and they got played today, 27-0.
Yeah. Armando says his season starts in July at CFL. he's a big CFL fan. He always has been. I've known him for 20 years. He's big.
Hey, look, man. For what the CFL is, the product is on the field is great.
I'll be right back.
I try, man. I've tried to take my kids to Eskimo games, and it's just. Oh, it's like dude, you know what's this is the most frustrating thing? If your running back doesn't get 9 yards on that first down, like it's over. There's no running game. You know, it's just, I don't know. Whatever. It's whatever. It's the CFL. It's whatever. That's my official stance on it. It's exciting.
Well,
hockey, the playoffs are coming up soon. Hockey and NBA.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there's lots of.
Their own. I mean, the most popular sport in the world is soccer. I can't see.
Who?
Soccer is probably the most watched sport in the world.
You
know why? Soccer mom.
I can't see watching a game that ends up 0-0 and call that a good game.
Because it's a completely different mentality. Like when soccer, it's possession. It's if you have possession and you keep possession, that's really exciting in soccer circles.
We moved to soccer now?
That's why they throw up time of possession all the time.
Yeah, we landed on soccer somewhere.
Landed on soccer? Is there nothing else to talk about? We're landed on soccer?
No,
I told you we're gonna talk about what comes up.
But see, this is the thing: is like North American sports is very offense orientated. We love offense, even though defense wins championships and defense this, defense that. We want to see a dude dunk a ball. We want to see a Hail Mary. We want to see a hat trick in hockey. We want to see a grand slam.
Yes.
We like offense. Soccer, that's why it's such a big deal when there's a goal scored, because it's a big deal.
Happens once a week.
I love watching the big tournaments. I have a hard time getting into the league play, mostly because I don't understand the way leagues are set up. It's very confusing.
Well, when the World Cup is on every 4 years, you're just so excited. It's not funny.
I love it. I can't get, and UEFA's this year too, right?
Yeah.
So like I'll get into UEFA this summer, and it's amazing because of the impact of and I have no vested interest. I don't give a crap. It's not like Canada's ever going to perform in the World Cup. So I have no vested interest in who wins or loses. But you think about these countries that live or die by those poor bastards have killed themselves. On their own
I heard a story about a country where
over soccer,
the leader of the country
I remember
had the guy that kicked it into the wrong goal. They had him killed.
Yes.
I
Kicked it into the other team's goal by accident. They wound up losing, and they wound up assassinating his ass.
Yes, that's how big soccer is around the world.
Fans that have
and I remember last time that the World Cup was on, and Walter Motor, wherever he's from, I can't remember now, but I was watching his team play, and I was pulling for him.
Who?
Walter Motor.
Oh.
Who?
Are we the New Day? Everybody's like, who?
No, Scott and John should probably know who he is.
Walter
How long
Mulder?
ago was this?
This probably was.
Walter Mulder.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a soccer player, and I heard that.
No.
Netherlands. He's from the Netherlands. So he's got a
Netherlands
Dutch
was
team.
in the championship,
Right.
and I watched it, and I pulled for them.
Right.
For him.
I thought you were talking about a soccer
No.
Who? Who's that?
Oh,
Ronaldo?
no,
What?
Pele? What? No.
Oh, Pele. Now you're going way back. Oh, my God.
Oh, Pele? I
actually went and saw Pele play once. They were playing the New York Cosmos. Oh, he played for the New York Cosmos. I forgot who the fuck they were playing. But I was in high school at the time, so I don't remember all that.
That's cool.
You know when I saw Pele play? The movie Victory.
Dude, Pele was amazing.
Pele was.
It had Sylvester Stallone and
Maradona
Michael
too.
Caine in it.
Maradona's a douchebag, though. Maradona's a little bit of a douchebag, but
Pele was like Michael Jordan. Everybody wanted to be like him in the soccer.
Correct. Pele was the Michael Jordan of soccer. Yes, he was.
didn't he pass away? Didn't Pele pass away?
I don't know. I think he's still around.
I think he's still. It would have been a big deal if he would have passed away, don't you think?
Yeah, Katie says don't, Bob.
Yeah,
Katie says don't pull for the Dutch in soccer. It always ends badly.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, it's. I love World Cup just because of the intensity of it and I always cheer for the lovable loser teams, right? Like I'm always secretly rooting for England. You know, I always love seeing. I love seeing Brazil lose. That's kind of the big thing, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to see Brazil.
They've been so dominant the whole time. Yeah.
I'm all for Portugal winning. You know, like Ronaldo's pretty epic, man. I mean, the dude is just, you know, and
how about Messi? He's not
Messi's dude. Messi. Yeah, I mean, you know, but they never can get over the hump.
That dude is crazy, man.
Yeah, he's pretty epic.
What is Zlatan? What is his name? Is Zlatan?
Mbappe.
Every time we turn around, Messi has a hat trick.
Yeah.
Seems like every time I watch the news, it's like, Messi got a hat trick tonight. All right, tell me something interesting.
Oh, he's amazing, dude. Like Messi's like amazing. It's both him and Ronaldo are just like you. It's so funny because you watch them play and it's like people are going to talk about them in like 10, 15 years as like the greatest ever.
Yeah.
Just like everybody talks about Pele or Maradona these days. Like it's this, and we get to witness this now, but we don't in North America have that kind of connection with EPL or the La Liga or any of that stuff in Europe. So it's like we almost don't get to experience it. Now MLS is helping. MLS is big. Like it's actually
getting bigger in this country. It really is.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
man. It's so I totally get your argument, Bob, to bring it all back to your original point. I get it, but it's like they call it the beautiful game for a reason. Like when you understand how it's so simple, right? It's such a simple game. Kick a ball. Like, I mean, how simple it's, you know,
don't touch it with your hands.
What's that?
And don't touch it with your hands.
Yeah, don't touch it with your hands. Just use you know, like, but it's just the passing and the dribbling and the control and it's epic, man. Like when you see it on the big scheme of how it is globally.
I just don't get it. That's all I'm saying is I just don't get it and I can't really get into it. And I might watch some World Cup, but I
will watch the Women's World Cup because I like how good because the women's national team is is so good.
Your U.S. men's national team is good too, man.
But they're not. But they're not as
good.
They're
not World Cup good.
Yeah.
Well, they've gotten into in the past like 10, 15 years. They've been in the final like 8 and stuff. I think they were in the final 4.
They made great bridesmaids. Yeah.
They got
the final 4 in Korea.
They missed the last World Cup, and that's what got people pissed off. Because I mean, players that have been on the national team in the past, you know, the retired players, were so livid with this past year's men's national team because they missed the World Cup entirely. They were just playing so bad.
Canada hasn't been in the World Cup since '82.
Yeah, well, these guys think that the U.S. should have higher expectations for the U.S. is what it is.
You see how they've been stripping Russia left and right of medals?
The next World Cup's in like Saudi Arabia or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or Qatar.
Yeah, it's in one of those Middle Eastern countries.
Qatar. It's called. I think it's Qatar. Qatar.
Yeah, it's in Qatar. Yeah.
Qatar, whatever it's called.
Yes.
The one with the Q that you don't pronounce, apparently.
Qatar. Make sense of that. Just like Kiev is actually Kyiv.
Yeah. I just worked
all my life. I thought it was Kiev.
So did I. I never knew it was Kiev.
Getting back to hockey, did you guys see what
Ukrainian scandal going, and I find out it's Kyiv.
Something else. Getting back into hockey for a second.
2020.
Did you guys see where the Devils traded Andy Green to the Islanders?
Dude, I don't even know who that is, but cool.
Andy Green is in the final year of a 5-year, $25 million contract, and was the Devils' longest-serving active player. And he's been traded to the
PK's going to get traded too. Just letting you know.
From Nashville.
He's in the Devils, bro. What are you talking about?
Devils. I thought he was still in Nashville. I'm sorry.
No, he got traded in the offseason. He's going to get traded too. Devils are a
He's
disaster.
been bouncing around all over the place.
Yeah, because I think PK would be perfect in either Edmonton or Toronto.
Of course he would.
But that's just
Of course
he would.
Of course you would.
Well, the trade that should have happened was Taylor Hall for PK Subban. I still maintain this to this day. But we traded for Adam Larson because just Adam Larson is just, Adam Larson. Stupidest trade in history. 1 for 1. Yeah. Anywho, what else we got? We back on hockey?
We're all over the place right now, actually.
We're bouncing all over the place at this point. We've been on soccer.
Anything that comes up in the EFIS?
Yeah, anything you guys want to talk about in chat, let us know.
Exactly.
Yeah, Brett's not here to give us content, so we got to kind of reach for it tonight.
If it's XFL, I'm rage quitting. Or
NASCAR. Don't make us play charades to find out what.
No, my NASCAR bit's over for the night, John.
No NASCAR.
Hopefully, it's over for 2020.
Well, it will be after tomorrow when they run the race after tomorrow. Yes.
Why are they running? What's tomorrow? What's the holiday for you guys?
Tomorrow is President's Day.
President's Day. We have Family Day here because Canada has to do whatever America does, but change it a little. It's like the CFL.
It's called President's Day because it falls in between George Washington and Abraham Lincoln's birthday, so it's like one big salute to the president.
Awesome. Yeah, we started the show with that, Katie.
And all the way up to 44.
The Astros buzzers. Yeah, we talked a little bit about the Astros at the start, mostly about Rob Manfred's response and press conference today, which, by the way, was not broadcast on MLB Network. Okay. They were playing the movie Bull Durham instead. Manfred had this big press conference today, and MLB Network didn't even carry it. So go figure. And this is again why
still trying to get the egg off his face.
This is why I say that Rob Manfred is the worst commissioner in professional sports, even Gary Bettman, even worse than Gary Bettman. I'm sorry. It just is. He just is. He doesn't care about the league, doesn't care about the sport. Who is the
MVP in the All-Star game right now?
Hey, Bonnie. Huh?
Who do you think wins the MVP?
I'd actually like to see Davis get it. Anthony Davis.
Well, I was going to say, if it's not a Laker, it wouldn't be right.
It's got to be Anthony Davis. Not just because he's a Laker, but because he's in his hometown of Chicago. So.
Who cares? Who do I want to win, or who do I think is going to win?
Who do you think is going to get it?
Both. How about that? Both.
Who do I think is going to win? It'll either be Davis, LeBron might go off, or Giannis. Who do I want to win? Obviously, I want Pascal to win.
Of course you want Pascal to win.
I want Pascal to win, but then again,
Bob?
I haven't watched basketball since Shaq played for Orlando.
Yeah. I was
okay.
gonna say, Bob's not big on basketball.
Wow, dude.
I know.
WNBA, you want to start there.
Lisa Leslie.
Work your way up.
She got like 103 points and a half or something, wasn't it?
I don't know.
It's crazy like that.
Let me tell you something. Speaking of the WNBA, you want to talk bad about WNBA on Twitter, the female species will come at you hard.
Oh, yeah. Like jackals.
Especially the women in sports media that follow them. They will come at you guns a-blazing if you try to bash the WNBA. It is, oh my God, it's scary.
I'm not bashing it. I just don't watch it. It's not bashing. I just have no interest in it.
Yeah, I don't watch it either.
Yeah, I don't watch it either.
It's got nothing to do with it's like
but for its fan
it's
base,
like NASCAR to me. Like I just don't care.
Fan base, it's pretty good league.
Good for Bob suffering in silence. John. Why is Bob suffering in silence? Are you suffering in silence, Bob? Katie seems to think you're suffering in silence.
No, I'm just being quiet because I don't know.
Hey, put a beard on Bob.
I'm well versed in this topic. I'm trying to watch XFL.
Oh, we got him hooked, Eliot. We got him hooked.
Hey, if Bob grew a beard, wouldn't he look like Captain Obvious?
Yes, he would.
I think so.
Yes.
XFL, baby. Who's playing right now?
That would be St. Louis and Houston.
St. Louis and
Houston. Houston quarterback is something special. Walker.
What are they on ESPN?
No,
FS1.
FS1.
No. It's also showing on ESPN 8, The Ocho.
Jen wants more NASCAR rant, John.
No, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm good. So, okay.
I knew it. Yes. Come on, John.
No. It's I got nothing. I'm sitting here. I'm getting frustrated with my inability to express myself how I'm trying to come across.
It's the Christian in you, John.
I'm trying not to drop F-bombs. But I got Mr. NASCAR off and on for 35 years. So,
in other news, NASCAR's been around for 35 years. I didn't know. I thought
it's been around for 60 years, but yeah. It's been around for more than 60 years, but yeah.
It's not the same as it was even.
How is it not the same as it was? What has changed in the history of going in circles?
No.
Not even circles, ovals.
No, it's the politics of the sport. John, it's the politics.
Politics of the sport have ruined it.
Yes.
It's the same damn thing.
No,
not really. It's not.
No,
not even close.
It is not.
Okay, I'm talking about the physical activity of driving.
I understand.
But
what we're talking about is the makeup of the cars, makeup of the politics of the ownership, politics of the sponsors, politics of the sport itself. They're losing fans because they're putting too much. They're micromanaging the sport too much. The stage racing they introduced 2 years ago is the dumbest thing in the history of NASCAR.
Eliot, when you turned around and gave that look, that's exactly what I was thinking. Thank you.
What?
I have left the sport because of stage racing. I've left it. I'm done. I'm out. I don't care about it. I don't watch it except for one day a year, and I'm done.
Are we back at NASCAR again?
Yes.
Apparently.
Because Jen wanted to hear John's rant about NASCAR, so I figured we'd keep going.
Okay.
just
next up, hopscotch and tiddlywinks.
Turn left.
Turn left. Make a right. Make a right for one time. Let's make it. Let's have a gong show.
Yeah.
So, John, what do you think of the Oilers? They gonna make the playoffs this year?
They're first in the Pacific. What do you mean? Are they going to make the playoffs, dude? This is not the Oilers of 10 years ago.
Okay.
Are they going to make it through the playoffs?
Dude, they got just as hell of a chance as anybody, man.
The Western Conference in the NHL is not as great as in past years.
No, it's not. The Pacific Division is not. The Vancouver Canucks were leading it like 5 hours ago until the Oilers won. Yeah. I mean, that should tell you everything you need to know.
Correct. Vancouver's just a shit show anyway. So,
and San Jose is not. I talked to my kid about that today. He's like, my year's over. I'm like, yeah, you have nobody on your team. Hurdle's hurt. Couture's hurt. Carlson's hurt. I mean, there's no one on San Jose. Yeah. That's done. I think Joe Thornton gets traded back to Boston. That would be a perfect
scenario. The Eastern Conference is loaded. Boston's good.
Boston's good. Toronto can't figure themselves. Like Toronto's the most frustrating team in the league. Yeah. They got all the talent in the world, but for some reason they can't get it.
Boston, Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay. Toronto maybe. Nashville. But it's still. No, Nashville's the West. I'm sorry, Nashville's in the West. But of course the Capitals are going to be there the whole time as well. The Eastern Conference is going to be is the biggest question mark, and biggest question mark is can the Lightning get out of the first round this year? It's the only care I have right now. Get out of the first round, would you please?
Don't win the President's Cup.
Don't win the Forget the President's Cup. I don't want to see the President's Cup this year. I just want you to get past the first round.
President's Trophy.
President's Trophy. Excuse me. Sorry.
President's Trophy.
Yeah, leave it to the Canadian to correct my grammar.
The guy who barely even watches hockey. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But it's like inbred in us here. It's like I turn on the sports news every night, and it's like 20 minutes of who stubbed their toe in the National Hockey League.
Hi, Bill.
followed by curling.
Elliot,
Followed by
Elliot and I
curling.
were talking before you came on, and it was like he says, every time we're gonna have a show, I'm gonna have sports on the TV. And I said, Elliot, I dare you to find curling and put it on there one night.
Oh, I will. I'll find it. I will find curling.
Just to piss Olsen off.
Hard, hurry, hard, hurry, hard. That's what you hear in curling. Okay, whatever. What's next? What are we I got it. Dude, we got to talk something before. Like, it's turning into NASCAR and XFL night. I'm on the ledge, man. I'm on the ledge already. Oh, I was talking about freakouts.
Don't forget, it was soccer night too.
Oh, soccer night. Well, see, I don't mind talking soccer. Right. Dude, I would talk esports here if you guys were into it. No one wants to talk about.
I don't do esports anymore, John. I don't know enough about it and get to talk about to get on the subject.
Whatever. I'm just saying.
Because I'm just gonna sit here going.
But you see, if he talks about it, then you get to know more about it.
Yeah.
So is that the purpose?
And knowing is half the battle.
Talk esports, John. Let's hear it.
I don't know anything about esports. I know that there's a lot of teams and they're setting up franchises and league play and the whole nine, and it's very, very lucrative. That's what I know.
God, can you imagine making millions of dollars playing video games, for Christ's sake?
They do. Yeah, man.
Who'd have thought 30 years ago when Pong came out, we'd be at this.
30 years ago, it was more than that.
40 years ago, excuse me, back in the late 70s, early, yeah.
Try 50.
Yeah, so, I mean, who'd have thought? Pong was the original video game in the 70s. That was the original one, whatever console it was.
Atari.
Pong wasn't even on a console. Pong was its own console.
Yes, correct.
It was like literally you bought this entire box to play a game. Bong, bong,
yep.
Bong,
watching a square bounce around the screen.
Yeah, bouncing around the screen.
And now from that, half a century later, we're at this where the guys are making millions and millions of dollars for being a couch potato playing video games.
Well, here's the thing. The guys I play with every night, we've renamed our clan. We used to be PDG. It was Please Don't Go, because we used to make fun of people. We remember that song from the 90s, Please Don't Go.
Yeah, don't go.
Like,
yes.
that was, we used to sing that to guys when we beat them. Anyways, we changed our Old Men of Call of Duty, OMOC. That's our new clan name, right? Old Men of Call of Duty. So we play with each other. We play with each other every night. That sounds really bad.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. Every night we get together and we play Call of Duty.
That's like saying sex to the face.
Now, is it Xbox or is it PlayStation?
Xbox, of course.
Xbox, okay.
But it doesn't matter now. You can actually, with Call of Duty, you can play against each other. So you play against the PC guys, you play against the Xbox or the PlayStation, whatever.
Really?
Yeah, it's cross-platform.
Nice.
So these guys are all meeting up, and they want to meet all of them. I think there's like 6 of them meeting up in Chicago in April for this tournament. It's a tournament, a big gaming tournament, and they're all meeting up, and they want me to go down. I'm like, dude, I got 2 kids under 2.5. I'm not leaving nothing.
Right.
So because they're all from Chicago or in Michigan, so they're relatively close. So they're all meeting up in Chicago. They're spending thousands of dollars to go to this thing. They've bought tickets already. They've got their hotels lined up, all of this stuff to go and watch other people play video games. Sink that into your head.
As just to watch.
Just to watch. Like, Dr. Disrespect is going to be there. He's like one of the biggest.
It's like you and I going to a football game or a basketball game.
Yes, but it's like this weekend thing.
All right.
So you go and they'll have like little expos where you can play against like the professional gamers or whatever. But there's a tournament where they're all sitting down in a big arena and watching a bunch of kids play games. Think about that.
It's stupid.
It's not. It's brilliant. It's business. It's awesome. It's capitalism. I love it. What do you mean it's stupid?
Okay. I got you there, yeah.
The smartest thing ever. Dude, you want to know, me and Justin, back in the day, for everybody who knows who Justin is.
I know who Justin is.
We actually had the idea to not only start up a franchise, like a team, but also do, like, fantasy sports for gaming.
Oh, good God.
Think how mind-blowing that would be. Anyways. Thoughts?
how huge is that?
Was that?
I said, how huge is that?
It's massive, dude. It's enormous.
I'd be bored out of my
Big
ass.
Hey, look at this dude's stats. 19 out of 22. Like almost 200 yards, 2 TDs, and interception. He's playing balling, dude.
Walker's better.
Yeah.
I think gaming makes more money than the NFL.
It's got to be close.
I think it does. I'm pretty sure. Like you think of the gaming around the world, not just North America. I'm talking about globally.
Right.
This is like kids are not going to be going, I want to be Michael Jordan in the next 20 years. They're going to be, I want to be Dr. Disrespect. I want to be Shroud. I want to be Optic Gaming. I want to be
FaZe Ninja or something like that out there too.
Ninja's the Fortnite guy.
The big whale in gaming, isn't he?
Right. Well, there's a bunch of them, but the tournament that's going on in Chicago, the big headliner is Dr. Disrespect. You got to Google this guy. This guy's the funniest dude in the world to watch stream gaming. He's a guy about our age. Well, my age. You guys are old as hell. He's about my age, and he wears dark glasses, and he's got this like Fu Manchu, and he's just like, I'm the greatest Call of Duty player ever. It's so funny to watch him play, and he's like a superstar. He's Gretzky. He's Jordan. Wow. Anyways. Jen, there's a market.
Quarterback.
There's a market. People used to come and hang out when we would stream live back in the day just to show us working. Do you guys, anybody remember that? Like maybe Scott might remember this, but like literally we set up live stream cameras, me, Justin, Tim, and we would be working and people would come and watch us work.
Yes. I remember that. It was
sorry, Katie.
It was like
I don't mean old people in the audience. I'm talking about Scott and Eliot and even Bob. Bob is like, what is he, like 39, 40 going on 70?
Yeah. Yeah. Back in the day, you, Justin, and Tim all had cameras on yourselves, and you live broadcast through one stream, and we'd all sit there and watch you work all day.
Yeah.
It just goes to prove you people will watch anything.
No, it shows the power of community.
That too.
And entrepreneurs should pay close attention to that because businesses live, breathe, and die on the relationships they have with their customers and community.
Correct.
And if you focus on community, that's why gaming is so massive. Think what we're doing right now. We're sitting around talking about sports.
Yes.
We don't get paid for this at all, but we're sitting there talking about millionaire players like it's a part of our life, like it has any meaning at all in our lives.
Correct.
Community. And that's what we do. It's community. It's big. Anyways, that's my rant and my business lesson of the day.
And that being said, like 4 years ago, I started playing this video game on the computer.
Oregon Trail?
No, not Oregon Trail.
Oh my God, John.
Oregon.
John's going back to the trash 80 days.
It's
all right. They're looking at replay.
The game that I play is called Dragon Mania Legends. And Rhonda and I started playing it so we could do something together. She would be in the living room playing it, and I would be playing it in the bedroom. And they started coming out with these clans. She was the clan leader, and I was the assistant clan leader. And we decided that we were going to create our own clan as opposed to joining one of the established clans.
Good plan.
Here it is, 4 years later. She is passed on now, and she is still the clan leader and the boss. And there is hundreds of thousands of people that play this game worldwide. I have my clan now to where we are 30-something in the game. We are.
She's passed away, and she's still a clan leader.
Clan in the game.
Let me say, she has passed away, and she's still the clan leader.
She has passed away. She's still the boss. she is still my boss. And still looking over me.
That's some creepy shit, yo.
I know, right?
You responded to a dead person.
Easy now. That's his ex-fiance now. Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. I didn't know who the person was.
Yeah,
ex-wife.
Ex-wife, excuse me, his ex-wife. Well, yeah.
Didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, go ahead, Bob.
And we've got it. I've got it now to where we are 35th, the 35th ranked clan in the game now. Worked really hard on it. Got the right people in there, and I mean, heck, two of my officers are getting married to each other.
Nice.
He is actually moving from Romania to Illinois.
Good grief.
This weekend.
Holy cow.
He actually got in last night. And they are getting married, and I am expected to be in Illinois for the wedding.
You gonna make it?
I don't know when the wedding is.
Oh.
They haven't told me yet.
Why are we talking about something that ain't even a paper yet?
But that's the point Bob's trying to make is that's the appeal of esports.
Right.
That's the effect it has on the world.
That's all I was just backing up John on this.
Yes. People that would normally not connect anywhere, would not know about each other, actually have connected through esports and are now getting married because of esports. From the opposite side of the world.
Hey, there's eHarmony for that kind of shit.
And it's like John said.
buddy.
But also that's also what John brings up is about community.
Absolutely.
The four of us would never know each other.
Like, the dudes that are in my relationships that I have the most now is the dudes that I play Xbox with every night.
Well, none of that, but the four of us wouldn't know each other without the internet.
The interwebs is just a beautiful thing.
A lot of people wouldn't know about each other because
Blame
it on Blab. Hey, Blab started it. Blab started
it. It's Blab's fault, right?
Blab, man.
And then they fucking bailed on us in the middle of the night.
Dude, those guys are worse than Steam It Inc. Oops, did I say that?
Yes, you did. Loud? You said it out loud and it's being recorded.
You did, and it don't mean shit to me.
People on Steam understand.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Anywho.
Yeah, I had to go, but I had to go to the frozen green beans, my friend.
The frozen green beans get put on your neck and numb it down.
Yeah, to keep my nut from barking so much.
Oh, wait.
Yes, the interwebs are a great thing, provided they are used for good things. Provided they're not used and not abused. Oh,
they can be a blessing and a curse.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. Of high magnitude on either side.
My wife, if it wasn't for the internet.
Correct, Bob. You're right. You're right. You wouldn't have met Rhonda without the internet.
I wouldn't have met Scott.
Correct. And Bob and I actually have met in person, as have Eliot and I. So, but still, we would never have met without the internet. Oh, look! When we come to the nursery time of the show.
Say hi. What's wrong?
The kids are up. Time to go chill.
He just woke up, man. I heard him outside. So
5 o'clock in the afternoon. You sleeping?
What's up, man?
6:15. He had his nap, man. He had his nap. Right?
Oh, you're 2 hours behind us. Sorry, I thought you were 3 hours behind us.
Upstairs.
You're going upstairs? You're trying to get down?
Oh, okay.
You're trying to get out? Or you want to get down? Is that what you're trying to do? You don't want to be on TV? Okay. All right.
Squirming.
Cool.
He's like, Dad, I didn't do my hair. What's up?
All right.
Don't bring me on TV with my do like this.
Just woke up.
Just woke up, so he's grumpy.
Yeah, dude, you see, I put his picture up on it. Epics, did you guys see how much I made off it?
I know, I saw that. Yes. The Mario and Luigi, I loved it.
Yeah, this is what's the funniest thing about social media. You can put your heart and soul into a blog post. You can write it. It'll take you hours. You proofread it. You get the graphics. You build it all up. Meh. Not a lot of support. Put a picture of your kids up on social media.
Yes.
Through the roof, man.
The cute factor wins over mostly. Yes, absolutely.
Pets is another big one.
Cats.
Cats.
Stupid
Cats, dogs, whatever. Yes. I've got a friend of mine that I used to work with. She puts pictures of her rats on Instagram.
And then you just got your relentless food. And then you
really
got your
good pet, by the way.
Rat.
rat was one of my favorite pets I ever had. They don't last long. It was like 2 or 3 years, but fantastic pets. Yeah, I hear you, buddy.
Oh, John.
Yes, Cesar, I hear you, buddy.
Middle age and have 2 toddlers in the house.
Yeah, let's do it over. Yes, the Mario Luigi. Yes, exactly, Katie. Yes. Okay, yes. Yes. What are you doing?
Yes, Katie. He dressed his kids up as Mario and Luigi from Mario Brothers, and it was just adorable. It really.
What are you doing? Why are you hiding? Come in then. You come up again? Come on.
Because Timmy's a great cat.
Now he wants to be back. He wants to say things.
Hey, Isaiah, what's up, man?
Hi, Zay.
How many fingers?
How many fingers?
The car.
The car. That's the fingers. The car.
Okay. 2 fingers to the car. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Who's your favorite team?
What?
What? No. Say Buffalo Bills. Say it. You
You
say Bills. Say Bills.
Did he say Patriots? I could have sworn I heard Patriots come out of his mouth.
You better not be saying Patriots.
No, he'll never say Patriots. If he does, he's homeless. Okay.
Right there.
Yeah? Don't ever say Patriots. Don't ever say Patriots. Yes. With the water, yes, the fish. He's got his fish. This is his fish here.
Stand by, Katie.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes, I know. We gotta take you upstairs. We gotta feed you. So that is my cue, gentlemen. I gotta go because he's,
Hey, you know what? Scott before the show was saying, "What the hell are we gonna talk about? There ain't shit going on." Guess
What happened?
Well, before we started the show, Scott was like, "What the hell are we gonna talk about? There ain't nothing going on. There's absolutely
Dude, hour and a
nothing."
half. We can fill an hour and a
And I
half.
said, "You know what? We're gonna talk about whatever comes up."
Correct.
We did.
And we did.
That's easy stuff.
I mean, you came back in the room. We were talking soccer. We even
See?
talked NASCAR tonight.
I know, right?
NASCAR and soccer and XFL and what else did we talk about that was
Next week I'll find curling, and that'll take about 20 minutes of our time. Trying to figure out how to play it.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Peace.
Toodles.
John.
All
Peace,
right.
Nanook.
Later, John.
Adios, Nanook. Notice I switched my desk around again.
Hang on, Katie.
I didn't like it the other way.
Let's see here.
Dude, this game is actually competitive. 21-18. How many XFL fans out there? Come on, raise your hands.
Katie, look at your
Fantasy XFL
messages on
2021.
Facebook.
I'm in.
Katie, I just sent you a message in Facebook.
I'm in with XFL 2021, baby.
2021 Fantasy XFL. I'm in.
Oh my God, we're not doing fantasy football in XFL. Are you?
No, I said that would be season 3.
Oh, season 3 after it gets
I'm in for
establishes
season
itself.
2.
Yeah.
If it gets to a 3rd season, then I'll consider setting up some fantasy shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm in for season 2.
Oh God,
Still got to get to know the players, man.
I know, right?
It's gonna be hard because the flip of players is so volatile. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna
Again,
be
because
hard
you got to figure before the end of this, between the end of this coming season and the start of the NFL season, they're going to pull players from the XFL to try out for the NFL, and the players you see this year in the XFL are not going to be the same as the players you see next year. It's going to be
Which is why you don't have redrafts.
correct.
Okay. And the waiver wire is going to be used a lot.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That would be such a hard league to manage.
Especially with there only being 8 teams.
But then think about it. It's throwing a whole nother twist on fantasy football the way it's throwing another twist on football.
Well, you can with only 8 teams, you can only have like 4 players in the league. You couldn't have. I mean, it's terrible.
Yeah, that's true. No, you couldn't.
You can have 8 players in the
You
league.
could have 8.
You just have to keep your rosters. I mean, your lineups and your rosters low. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of having 12 or 15 starters, you have 9.
God, that would be scary.
But that's still 2 years away. Like I said, season
No,
3,
I'm saying next year. I'm in.
they gotta make it into past season 2. I'm not about one-hit wonders or second chances that haven't proven.
Heck, I played XFL fantasy football the first time.
Third time's a charm, yo.
The first time I played it.
What, XFL?
Yeah, whenever it was the old one.
I didn't like that one.
In 2000 or whatever it was,
Well,
I
you
had an
hated it?
XFL team.
They tried to put too much WWE flavor into it.
But I still had a team.
Oh God, Bob, you need help.
That's terrible.
You need an intervention.
Yeah, you have anxiety separation.
If you played fantasy football with the original XFL, you need some serious freaking help, dude. I'm just saying.
I actually
none of those
had
people
an
ain't even in the
app
league anymore.
and everything.
Ugh.
I actually, there was one team that I had a bunch of players from, and they had like the coolest uniforms. And I actually went and bought a hat for the team. It was the Memphis Maniacs.
Oh God.
Yeah, I haven't reached the depths of that kind of reality yet.
I've also been playing fantasy football since 1991.
Oh, back in the old days when they still used paper and pencil.
Yeah.
91, I started playing fantasy football.
When you
90, something
yeah,
like that.
that's back when when you were using pen, paper and pencil, and only your friends in the neighborhood were playing because there was no internet back then.
Right.
Yes. And you had to manually keep score to manage the league. It was
yes. And do stats out of the newspaper.
Good grief.
And you know why I want
had
XFL?
Rookie Emmett Smith on my first team.
And there was no live stats because you had to wait till the next day to put the stats in.
Yes.
It was all manual.
Yes.
I
God.
remember those days. You know why I want the XFL to succeed? Because John doesn't. Dude,
Wow.
this league's got potential.
That was a great pick right there, by the way.
Yes, it was.
That was a great pick and run back.
There goes your boy Walker.
God, you got to be a long way ahead of me, Elliot.
Why?
Because I'm just now seeing the replay of the interception before that play.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you can see for yourself.
Way ahead of me, too.
Yeah.
That's why I did this, because I know you guys are way behind. Yeah? I'm tired of containing my excitement because you guys can't step it up. So I stepped it up for you.
Hang on a second.
It's only second and goal for me.
Damn it. Hang on, Katie. There we go. Yeah, she should have it. I sent her a picture of John's boys in the Mario and Luigi getup. I don't know if you see it or not, Bob, but it's pretty freaking cool. It is. There you go, Katie. So yeah. Yes, it is adorable, Katie. You are correct.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was pretty adorable. Yeah. Yeah.
Kudos to John for beginning.
Absolutely kudos to John. Yes. Yes. All right, gentlemen, it's about 8:30. It's time to call tonight. Not bad for a show built on no NFL action, no NFL games.
We winged it.
Pretty good job tonight.
We winged it.
Yes.
And we're gonna wing it again next week.
We'll do it again. We'll do it again now through the draft and after the draft.
To the draft.
Starts again. So
We're gonna be some tired winging muggers.
Yes, we are. We're gonna wing it on a weekly basis for the next 6 months. So we're gonna do it and do the best.
Oh, the draft is in 2 months, dude.
That's true.
Come on,
That's
now.
true. That's true. And we are gonna have a live draft show. I don't have the date. Oh, the date's gonna be the draft, of course, but I don't have the times yet. So we are gonna do a long broadcast on the night of the draft.
Well, it starts at 8, right? The draft.
Yeah, normally it starts at 8 o'clock. So we're probably gonna run
Well,
8 to midnight on that day and go from there. So we may
and we usually start a half hour early so we can get a little talk.
Correct. We can start a half an hour early to get a pregame going. So
we'll start that night at 7:30 instead of 7.
correct. Half an hour before the draft starts. So it'll be a late start for us. I'll have coffee on. I'll have probably because I'm not used to saying that past around 9 or 10 o'clock. So, but yeah.
No Jack.
I won't make
Jack,
it past 9 o'clock. I guarantee.
No freaking rum and cokes. None of that bullshit.
Correct. It's gonna be coffee. I'll be IV in the crap.
Because the last time, by the end of the first round, he was freaking polluted, dude. He didn't know what the fuck he was talking
My team doesn't get to pick until Saturday, so.
You don't have a first or second rounder?
We have second rounder.
But that's on Saturday instead of Friday?
We got Minka Fitzpatrick in the first round.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, looks like Houston.
We already got him. So we aren't going to pick first day.
Okay. All right, guys. Great show. We are the Sports Nerds. On behalf of my partners, John G. Olson, Eliot Big E Lamba, and Bob the Bear Man Pizer. I am Scott, the Sports Nerd. We will be back again next Sunday, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, and we'll wing it again, just like we did tonight. And we'll get through 90 minutes of the show. Everybody have a great night and a great week. And Tanya, I'm sorry you're late, but we're just ending the show. That's my sister Tanya Lee Doss, dude, just went through Facebook. Anyway, have a good night, guys. Have a good week. We'll see you next Sunday.
All right.